So one of the big areas of regulation, we can make sure that their schedule is very consistent. But because we're always teetering on that edge, every biological system also can set them off the edge. There's a number of really small things that can make their mood really worse. And so when we're dealing with those kids, blood sugar is one of the things we want to keep in check all the time. And so that means we need to make sure that their blood sugar is as consistent as possible. What do you think about that, Jenny? Any suggestions for them on there on how to keep their blood sugars regular throughout the day?
Yeah, definitely making sure that they're eating every couple hours, making sure that there's a protein in it, whether that's a piece of cheese or some peanut butter or something that is going to keep their blood sugar stable. I can speak to this personally because I'm a person that my blood sugar is very sensitive and it does affect my mood. Even there have been times where Lynn has had to say, please go get food. And so, your kid's kind of acting out and you're thinking they're just being a turkey. There were times that I would get really irritable and just cranky and snapping at people, and it had everything to do with what was going on biologically in me. So a lot of these kids...
She was always wonderful.
A lot of these kids struggle with that. He's lying.
One thing that's going to send your kids' blood sugar off the charts during the holidays is all that sugar, Christmas cookies and candies. What do you think about that?
Well, we talked in another episode about if your child had diabetes, you wouldn't be throwing treats at them. A lot of these kids, even though we really, really want as parents to give and give and give, we have to be very careful with limiting sugar. And again, with all of this, you base it off of their behavior. We're always looking at what their behavior is telling us, not what their words are saying. So if their behavior is saying they can't handle it, then we back off on it.
Any simple refined carbohydrates are going to spike their blood sugar. So if you want their mood to be consistent, you probably want to regulate those pretty well. But of course there are times you're going to want to give them a special treat during the holiday season. But just know that they might not be able to handle it. And if it goes beyond what they can handle and then they melt down, this is a little preview for what we're going to talk about next time. Just be okay with it. We can't push them past their limits and expect them to behave perfectly all the time. So next time we're going to talk about knowing your kids' limits and how not to push past them so that you guys can all have a successful Christmas holiday. Until then, don't forget to flush.
And don't forget to wash your hands.